You're listening to Engage Williston, a Williston Area Chamber of Commerce podcast, brought to you by the Leadership Williston class of 2025.
Welcome to another episode of Engage Williston, our first episode that's on camera and video, so you get to see our beautiful faces. Hello to everyone who's tuning in. My name is Carmen. My co-hosts today are Diane and Mitch.
Hey, everyone.
And our special guest today is Chelsea Hill.
Hello.
So we're so excited. Chelsea is a friend of mine and just an amazing human being, and we're so excited that you're here today.
I'm super excited that I'm here.
Yeah.
Not to mention Citizen of the Year.
Yeah.
Yes, I have graced you all this morning. I forgot about that. Yep, I am Citizen of the
I
Year.
know. We're missing the tiara and the sash.
I know.
The
Dang
whole,
it.
Yeah.
I should go. I should go.
Yeah. We'll just got to try it again.
I forgot my expectations are here now.
You can't wear the crown with the headset, though.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll
Next time.
bobby pin it in. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So Chelsea, welcome to Engage Williston, and we really like to have long form conversations with people in the community, learn a little bit about you. So I'm just going to start out just asking, what's your story? Start from however far back you want to go. Tell us how you got here, what you do for work, what you love about Williston.
Okay. Yeah. So my family has been out here since I was 3 years old. I was born in Billings, Montana, and funnily enough, I found out that we moved to Nebraska in between coming to Williston, but I didn't know that until like 5 years ago. So my whole life, I'm like, yeah, I was born in Billings, and then we just moved to North Dakota when I was 3. And my mom heard me say that, and she goes, that's not true. So I guess we just like omit Nebraska.
When you're a kid.
For like a small moment. But yeah, I was like, I don't think you told me that. So, but my family is originally from the South, and my parents met in high school. They're high school sweethearts. And when my dad got his job in like agricultural chemical sales, he came to the Midwest. And when he came to Williston, I don't know what it was about Williston back then, because it was really rural.
Yeah.
But he was like, I love it, and this is where I want to raise my family. And so, yeah, I've been out here for a while, and I graduated from Williston High School, and I left pretty quickly after high school. It was a dream of mine back then. And I went out to big old Colorado all by myself. There was like my dream cosmetology school that I wanted to go to, and this dream salon I wanted to work at. And I really just like had that like small town girl, big dream mentality that I was just gonna go down there and finish school and get this job and work my way up and be like a high-end hairdresser that works behind the scenes for photo shoots and things like that. And I was there for about 8 years, I believe. And then I was going to head out to Los Angeles, California. And my dad has gone through a lot of health issues. My dad is Bubba from Bubba's Bubbles here in town and Village Laundry. So he did eventually switch careers over, like to becoming a business owner. And yeah, he fell ill with liver cirrhosis. And so we've gone through a lot of health issues with him. So I was like 2 weeks out from moving to California to go live out my big dream in the city, you know, and the sunshine and the ocean, you know.
All the things we
And
all
the
have in
smog.
North Dakota.
Don't forget the smog.
And all the smoke in the air from all the people
Landslides.
and the fires and all of
Yeah.
that, because I just love fire. And he called me and he asked me to come back to Williston. And I didn't think that coming back to Williston, it was just so not even on my radar for like the plan that I had for my life, that when I got off the phone with him, I remember laying down on the bed and looking at the ceiling, and I was like, oh, I'm going to Williston? I was like, I can't tell him. I have to like at least wait a week before I appease my father and tell him that I'm coming back to North Dakota. Because that was his dream, was just like, I want to get Chelsea back here.
I'm on edge a little bit, really wondering.
Oh yeah, I'm like, well, what's in it for me? You know?
Right,
What is
you're
going on out
putting
there?
your dreams on hold, and that just shows
Yeah.
like how important family was to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think my mom, she sent me the statistics. She was like, we have brown people now, we have black people. And because that was really important to me, I was like, I love being around different cultures of people and just different backgrounds. And I was just like, I don't know. And she's sending me stuff. She's like, no, we have all kinds of people here now. And there's different stores. And I was like, okay, like, all right. Yeah.
Williston is hip now.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh my gosh, it was really. She's like, look, Mexican food. Look over here. We have sushi. And I was like, you have sushi? And Basil's one of my favorite places. So
I
I'm
was
like,
surprised about that too, honestly.
yeah. Absolutely. So they were really selling it to me, and everything that I brought up, there was some kind of new statistic for Williston.
They had it. You had to come back, right?
Yeah. I was like, I already knew I was coming back, but I really liked that. I really liked the exchange of them kind of working for it a little bit. And
where's my slideshow? I need a slide deck with pictures.
100%. Absolutely. And so I ended up coming back, and I've been here now for, I think in July it'll be 8 years. Yeah. So the same amount of time that I was gone for. It's really flown by.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's really changed in that time too. Williston has.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it changed so much just in the time that I was gone. I mean, I left, I left in 2010. And so it had really gotten crazy. I worked at Applebee's, as like a young girl just getting out of high school. It was the only place where you could eat and drink after like 9 o'clock. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was,
wow.
Applebee's was hopping, just full of oil-filled guys at the end of the day that just wanted to be somewhere where they could have a beer and eat late. So I was raking in the dough at Applebee's. That's how I got my money to move to Colorado. And then, I come back and there was so many more restaurants, and just since then it's grown so much. And so as somebody who was local back in the day, it's really hard for me to catch my mind up to what's going on here because it's very easy to not see that around you, you know?
Yeah. The economic development and just in general the growth that Williston has seen because of the various booms and just like all of the phases of life has been really incredible. Like, I feel like that's always, it's such a common theme, especially with our guests that
everyone leaves and comes back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And get to see the community that they grew up in improve and having that kind of surprise of like, I was seeking something out there, but then I kind of was able to find it back home again. It's such a beautiful sentiment because Williston does have a lot to offer, it feels like.
Absolutely. And I know that we've talked about it before, that it's just like, I mean, I'm a little bit of a quirky duck, like
Who
bigger,
isn't?
like bigger cities have always kind of been a lot easier for me to kind of find my pack, and just the different varieties of tastes that I have. And coming back to Williston, I was really surprised by the community that I've been able to acquire and collect. And I just feel like I have so many different types of communities that I've blended into that have just been so fulfilling and so enriching that I'm just like, I am not short of any love. You know what I mean? If love is what people are really searching for at the end of the day, like I do not fall short of that here. It showed up a lot differently than maybe 18-year-old Chelsea's expectations and dreams of thinking, oh, I can only attain. Because what we're looking for is a feeling, right? It's not really about the external. So I was searching for that feeling, and when I really think about it, like I get that feeling when I'm here. It's everything that I could possibly want, like being able to own a business and get to talk to my clients every day and have such an array of different types of people. That's the dream, is to have variety in that, and then being able to do community work and being able to just be a part of so many different social groups. It's really awesome.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that your father was the owner of Bubba's Bubbles. So you had that kind of like entrepreneurial spirit surrounding you as well.
Oh, yeah. I always say that like my dad is the foundation for like any kind of crazy and wild idea that I come up with, A lot of the times I don't tell people that Bubba is my dad because I grew up as Bubba being my dad.
Yeah. You needed to separate that.
So it's taken some time, and I'm like, I walk into his house and I go, the Citizen of the Year has arrived, and he goes, oh, and I'm like, you're just mad because you didn't get it this time, And I just grew up with there's so much love and adoration for my father, especially, I mean, it spreads out to the farmers. I still meet random farmers. I have friends in the farm community, and I'll go hang out there, and I'll meet someone, and I'll tell them, my story, and they're like, wait, Bubba? He used to sell me chemical back in the day. There's no other chemical salesman that's like Bubba. And I'm like, boy, I've heard it. I've been in the Denver airport having someone cry to me about how awesome my dad is. I was like, man, I can't go anywhere and get away from you're young. I'm like, I can't get out from underneath the lore that is Bubba, And now, coming back, it's been cool to kind of create my own. So now I can go, okay, and by the way, I am Bubba's daughter, which is awesome.
And you're Citizen of the Year. You're part of the Community Builders. You're also, let's talk about your business.
Oh, yeah, I have a business.
And it's called?
What is it?
The Velvet Hippy.
Okay. What is it all about?
So I like the Velvet Hippy because it's kind of a little mysterious.
Okay.
And sometimes I get clients just from the fact of the name. People come in, they're like, the name is so cool.
That was a big draw for me.
And they're like, what does that mean? And then they look it up and they're like, what is this? And so I wanted to create a business that I'm just a multifaceted person. And when I went to cosmetology school, I became a cut specialist. And just to kind of take it back, I did live out my dream. I graduated that school. I went and got my dream job at the salon. I worked for it for years. I worked my way up. I did all the things I said I was going to do. And when I came out here, I was working in the hair industry out here. And so after a couple years in, I started to feel really sick and just really nasty. And I was kind of waking up every day with this little fear resonating all the time, where I was like, something is wrong. I don't know what's wrong in my body, but something is not right. And so I went to the hospital, and the hospital was like, well, I think you're probably allergic to things. So I go and take an allergy test, and they're like, oh, you're allergic to everything. Just a little bit, though, And I'm so I'm just slightly agitated by existing is what I heard. My existence is just ooh, get away from me. And I was like, no, I'm a human being. This is my planet. I refused this information. And so I kind of did a deep dive on, do you guys know what psychosomatic symptoms are?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No. Tell me more.
So psychosomatic symptoms are symptoms that can arise because of your psyche.
Okay.
So I'm a big believer in, our thoughts and feelings and emotions are the foundation for our reality. And so if you're constantly in certain thought patterns or environments, it can create a sickness in your body.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's sometimes you hear someone say, oh, yeah, Jimmy had a heart attack, but, he was always stressed. It's well, maybe you should have chilled. So there's different ways connections to that. And so I was looking up psychosomatic symptoms and all these different things. And I was just I had something inside me where I was I refuse to believe that I'm allergic to being alive, because I really love being alive. And I was over 300 pounds. I just was in this state where I was just unhealthy in a lot of different ways after moving back here. And I think a little bit was having that aversion to being here. I kind of felt like I had failed in a sense, and that was really unhealthy for me as well. And so I actually went on a health healing journey that ended me just ending my career doing hair. And I just pulled up to the salon one day, and I just felt it in my soul. I was like, this is toxic for me. I can't do this anymore. And so I put my time in, and then it was just over, you get to that last day, take that last client, and that was just done. There was no balloons. There was no, nothing dramatic happened. Right. You know what I mean? It just was done. And I was like, what am I going to do from here? I don't know, but I was willing to take that journey, And in that time, I'd been learning different types of alternative holistic healing practices like meditation, breath work, energy work, sound healing, things of that nature. So a lot more just holistic, like looking into vibrations, emotions, how that manifests in the body, and just kind of leaning a little bit more away from Western medicine and understanding more like Eastern philosophy on how they view health in the body. And I went on that. I went on that train, and I opened another spot where I was just like practicing energy work and sound baths. I wasn't making any money, and it was perfect because I really needed time to like heal myself. I had been going like 100. Like when you leave a small town at 18 and you have a dream, I was like gas to the floor. You know what I mean?
Nothing's gonna stop.
I was doing high-end hair all week,
burning the
and then dancing to EDM music all weekend long. And you'll still catch me every morning. That's how I start my day. I love electronic music. So it's like I have to like muster up that part of me to get me going, you know. But
is that what you were doing before you got here this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. I was hyping myself up, like shaking it. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm kind of like a sloth soul. Like I said, I like to like be cozy, but then so sometimes I have to like figure out how to be like, okay, this is an exciting day. I'm like, I'm excited. You know, I'm like, no, you're still sleeping. You gotta get there. You know. So yeah, I just had to, that time that I was doing all that, it was a break in my life, and it was well needed. At the time I was like, I gotta make this work. I gotta make this. And then finally I just succumbed to it and was like, okay, you're going to be broke, but you're on this path. Right. And like you're learning and helping other people, and you are going to make it. And so like, I just kind of sustained for like a year and a half or so. And then, I opened, it was crazy. I got up one day and it was like, I was in my meditation and I felt what I would call like the presence of the spirit, the presence of God. And it was just like, okay, like it's time. You're gonna do hair again, and you're gonna have the Velvet Hippy, and you're gonna do all this stuff, but it's gonna be like nothing you've ever seen before. You know, I had no context for this business. I hadn't really seen anybody else do what I was doing. But basically, that was a long-winded answer for the Velvet Hippy is an all-organic and non-toxic salon that like also incorporates like energy work into your services.
But that's a journey we all needed to go on to understand
Absolutely.
it.
It was the only way I could answer it. So I was like, sometimes I birdwalk people. I'm like, trust the process. We're going somewhere.
I think it's because like that's kind of how I talk, because you ask a question and it's like, I can't just answer that. I need. There's a backstory to this.
Yeah, you have
so
to
like
understand.
for me, it's just like I'm with you.
Wait,
all the way.
you have ADD too?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all have that.
Sorry.
No,
I
I
didn't have
have
to
to
diagnose you on the pod.
Like, I have to understand it. Yeah.
That's why this
for
podcast
sure.
is so long-winded, because we want to know the whole story.
Yes, we wanna know the
glorious.
whole
There's
story.
so much
We love a good
information.
tangent.
Yes.
Well, because your story and your journey could resonate with somebody else and help them on their own path.
Yes. And that's my goal. Like that is my heart. Like I have a servant heart at the end of the day. Like anything that I do, I mean, on my way here, my whole prayer was like, just use me as a vessel for people to see something maybe in me, or to see something within these conversations that give them inspiration or hope, or, like, oh, she felt like she failed when she came back here. And like, but obviously she didn't, and that was a shift in mindset. It was a shift in having to understand that like, the way that we feel about ourselves is going to dictate the outcome. And I had to get sick. I had to get sick from like the way that I was thinking and the way that I was living, and just finding out that the hair industry is extremely toxic. And it's crazy that if you breathe in chemicals all day, every day, your body will think that the world is trying to attack it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And the harsh chemicals and all of that, like it really is such an experience. Like I remember I was looking for, like getting my hair done somewhere, and I saw Velvet Hippy, and I was like, I know Chelsea. Oh, that's Chelsea. Like I put two and two together, and I was like, that makes so much sense. And then I think like with our first appointment with the whole like eucalyptus and like the head, like so much of the whole experience was like, wow, like I feel just so like you're getting your hair cut or whatever, but it was a whole like spiritual mind, body, soul experience. It's
journey.
It's a journey.
I like to take
I
people
want
on
to
a-
sign up.
Yeah, it's
Maybe we should have done that on the air.
Yeah. I think that like my time working in sound baths and then doing energy work and then just like being in intimate space with people and understanding my own nervous system and experiencing some of my own traumas in life. And so it's not just the fact that I moved out here and like was having a hard time accepting it. Like I had years of trauma built up. Just we all have things that have happened in our lives that were too much for us to understand at one point, and then maybe just tucked that away. And like me, just was like, I'm gonna just work my way to the top, and when I get to the top, then I'm gonna be worthy. Then I'm gonna be validated, and that doesn't work. I mean, we've heard that story so many times, right? But sometimes you don't even realize you're on that journey until hindsight, and you're like, oh, I was working for my worth. I had to be the top of the top in order to feel like I deserve to exist. And so with that, I just learned so much about myself and what I need to feel safe and like my comfort things. What do I need? Like my nervous system is wrecked. I wrecked her good. And so like now every day like that, she comes first. My nervous system comes first. It's like, okay, what do you need today in order to feel like the best version of yourself so that you can be useful in life? And that was not my mindset in my 20s.
How do I be useful to other people?
Right.
And like you've said, you've had such a like spirit of serving, and it is important to make sure that we are a benefit to others. But we can't fill someone else's cup if our cup is empty.
Oof. And as women, like I was taught good Southern Baptist when I was younger, and it was just like the women, you like didn't hear them complain, and they were just working and working their butt off in the kitchens and making sure the church was running and making sure the kids were being kept after and everything like that. And I was having a conversation the other day. Like I was like, I didn't know that I was allowed to be mad. Like growing up as a woman, it was like, like you just put your Sunday dress on and you smile and we just, move on to the next thing. And that was really good for me as like a theater kid and as a service, like someone that works in the service industry. I was like, oh yeah, I know how to turn that on. Hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh, like, yeah, it's a beautiful day, whatever. And just having to learn like to take those masks off. Because that's exhausting, and to be like, what is authentically your truth? And so when people come into the Velvet Hippy, like I hope that I've done enough work on myself that when they come in, I'm like, welcome. You can leave your mask at the door. I'm gonna put a rose quartz eye mask on you because that's way cooler.
It is.
You're like, go.
Yeah. So like, for instance, like when I take people in just like for just even a regular haircut, it is mandatory. It's just in what I do is when I take people to the bowl, they get like a hot towel on the neck, and then I give them a cooling eye mask made out of rose quartz, and then I put some essential oils above their nose, and I ask them to take a few deep breaths. Because what I especially like noticed in Williston is people would come in, and people are such hard workers here. Like it's incredible the amount of work that people put in, and I can feel that. Like I'm so sensitive to, it's a gift from my past people-pleasing tendencies, but I can feel people's emotions. I know if there's something going on in the room that like, oh, is somebody mad at somebody? So like now I use that as a gift. And when people were coming in, I was like, man, it's like really hard to get people to come down. Like for them to come in here and sit in a chair. And like sometimes people come in and they're on 10 and I'm like, this is not good for me or you. This is a safe place. And you're like, you
need to bring it down.
Yeah, we got to bring it down. And so I had the idea one day, I'm like, okay, at the bowl, hot towel on the neck, a cooling eye mask. It's like, let's go inward. let's take
The
a moment.
ocean sounds.
Yeah.
And then I have the ocean sounds.
Yeah.
And I have ocean sounds playing, and then the essential oil. And like by the time with the head massage and everything, by the time that we get back to the chair, I'm dealing with a totally different person. And it's a person that they like and that I like, and that we can like, actually, it's like, hey, I know the world out there is crazy. But when you come in here, like, it's going to be fine. Like, I got you for the next hour. We can talk about whatever. There's nothing I haven't heard, you know? The therapist. So,
Well, I have stories, but we'll save that for them.
For your appointment.
Yeah.
oh my
We'll
gosh, I
talk
can't
about
wait.
Furman.
It's like, God,
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Wait, we're just like fangirling, right? Yeah.
Aw,
Yes.
too fun.
Yeah.
It is it's a holistic experience, and that is so important because it is a lot. Like, hairstylists get a lot dumped on them in appointments. And like, I was thinking about like the environment of someone going in to get their hair done. There's hairspray and lots of loud noises in like a typical salon. But yeah, the Velvet Hippy, it's like you go in and it's such a different experience.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's unlike anything else, and you're not getting like choked out by flying aerosol or anything. And it's like you can breathe, and you're like, wow, this is a part of taking care of myself. So your clients are like elevated, and then it's just a better experience for you.
Yeah,
So
it helped
it's
heal
great.
me too. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about being a human, is that we can harm each other, but we can also heal each other.
Yeah.
And so just having the opportunity to be the type of person that can usher in some sort of just like comfort for the day, or just like a moment where you can like let go and go, yeah, like when I come see Chelsea, I'm safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you're safe. And I don't know how many times it's like people have walked in, my friend calls it the portal. It's just the door to enter. She's like, whew, I walk in here, it's like a totally different experience. And I like forget just how impactful that is. And like some people have never been in before, and they come in and it's like they feel the shift. They feel the shift when they enter the room, and that they're safe. And maybe they haven't actually been anywhere that they felt safe for a while, and they sit in the chair and I give them one look and I go, are you okay? And they start to cry. And I'm like, hey, you're safe. Like, you're safe. It's fine. We can sit here for a minute. And I've sat with people, like I said there, I'm like, I don't really do hair, you guys. So I'm like, I guess like you get a really amazing haircut. You know, that was a technical skill I worked really hard at. But I mean, I think a lot of the time I'm just loving people, you know?
You're bringing in all that like energy work and stuff into it and incorporating it. And it really is like trauma informed, because you have experienced trauma, as you were mentioning, and you know what it's like for a nervous system to be dysregulated.
Absolutely.
Deregulated?
Dysregulated. Yeah.
But
Broken.
and so it's probably pretty, and because you are sensitive to that and tapped into how people are feeling, it's probably pretty evident when someone's walking in. And then
Yeah, I go, oh, you are made for me.
yeah,
Welcome. You didn't know that you were supposed to be here today? Like, you didn't know, but I know.
Yeah.
And it's going to be okay.
that's amazing. Yeah.
So let's talk about the Citizen of the Year.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is that? Explain what that is and how you were nominated and was the winner.
Girl, let me tell you. I live in my own little world, and I was unaware of such a wonderful award. I had no idea that was even a thing. And when I got the email, I thought I was being punked. I was like, this is a weird joke. This is a weird joke for somebody to be playing on me. And once I reached out to the Herald, it's an award that is given by the Herald. They do it every year. And I realized that it wasn't. I was like, oh, well, what is this? I want to know what this is. And so I think that for me, it was really great that I didn't really have an awareness of how big of a deal this award was to the community and what it really entailed, because I feel like I would have had some walls up. Right. But it happened perfectly. So it's an award with the Herald, They give it out every year, and then they do a magazine spread about you in their yearly magazine. So the magazine is called The Progress, and you can find it at the Herald or wherever the Herald is sold. And James Falcon wrote just such an amazing article.
Yes.
I was like, I just thanked him so much. It was beautiful the way that he tied my story together, and I really had no expectation of what was going to happen. I was thinking he was going to come interview me for like 10 minutes, just a little ditty of my day. And I was probably with him for like an hour and a half. And it was just such a lovely experience. It was very humbling. And I guess I'll get an award at some point. But I don't really know a lot. I don't really know a lot about it. I just know my experience that I had with it. And I was like, do I get free coffee every day for a year? Because I'm tired. And I apparently I do a lot. I had no idea that I did that much.
Well,
Was it a nomination?
I will say, just because as a former Herald employee, former editor who has had to deal with these, it is something that we look at. We do kind of get nominations for, or I don't work there anymore. They get nominations for it. And it was something that we would look at who the people were and kind of base it on that. Like, who is making an impact in the community? Who are the people who are making a difference to the people who live here? And that is kind of how we chose it when I was there. So the fact that they chose you, it's honestly, it's not a shock.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that is the process, as we look, or they look at the people who really are making the biggest differences in the town and who have touched the most lives and made those impacts. And you've clearly fit that bill.
Yeah, you're making me cry. I cried a lot during that interview too. It was just such a beautiful thing to receive that. And also to have my life laid out in that way. I think I think everybody should be interviewed by somebody or like a friend, you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes when you're somebody who, I don't want to call myself like a high achiever, but just I'm somebody who's like deeply motivated to, it's always.
You are? Okay. Okay, go on.
Like, period. Okay. I'm a high achiever.
That's a sentence.
Yeah, right there. But yeah, when you're somebody who like is insistent on growing, sometimes it's fair to say that we don't take the time to like sit in that moment and look back on what you have done. And it just came at the perfect time for me. And I just think all things work out for the good. And I think that winning that award was something that like kind of stuck a stake in the ground for me to be like, I'm going to need you to pause, Chelsea.
Right.
And I'm going to need you to look at what you've done in the past 2.5, 3 years. And so, yeah, it was very humbling, and it still makes me get emotional. But, yeah, I'm just so deeply grateful for it. And it's so cool that the Herald does that. And, like, the spread they did, I was like, the only thing he didn't ask me about was my social security number. I was like, I'm scared. Like, I feel like you know things about me that maybe I don't know. And he was like, I think you wrote a blog about this. And I was like, yeah, but like, I assume nobody read the blog. He's like, we read it. Everybody read it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll make sure not to put it all out there next time if I don't want anybody to ask me about it.
But it is so important because I know, like, and we don't have to go too far into it, but being able to share your story, like we've been saying, and even in this conversation, is it could resonate with somebody out there who is maybe going through the same thing, or knows somebody who's gone through the same thing and maybe doesn't know how to be there to support them. Yeah. So, like, it's all part of that healing process. And I also just want to touch on to the fact that you mentioned earlier that, you know, you were high achieving in your youth, looking for a feeling.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious, did you find that feeling in this award and kind of like having this external validation of people, of having the nominations read to you and seeing like, wow, actually, you are really awesome.
Yeah, like I grew up to be the woman that I wanted to be. Ugh, that makes me want to cry. But it's just, I mean, I had a hard time growing up. Like I just struggled with depression and anxiety. and like horrible self-worth issues just from certain things. And I think that we all kind of have like our inner child inside of us, or like our inner teenager, you know what I mean? And I hang out with her. Like I take my inner teenager to the thrift store and we listen to like our old hardcore music. You know, we have those days where I hang out with her. But I think sometimes like it really made me recognize that like when I got out of that phase in my life and had that goal and that dream, that like I just kind of left her behind and was like, I'm not her, you know? And I didn't invite her to the table of my life. And it was like really her and those kind of negative feelings I had when I was younger drove me to work so hard. And now that she has a seat at the table and we're cool and I don't have the same thing driving me anymore, and I haven't for such a long time. I think that winning that award and just seeing, I was like, oh, people see me the way that I see me. Like people see me the way that I want to be seen. And it's so easy for that to be misconstrued in your own mind, because like I was bullied and I continue to get bullied. I have ADD, like I have a quirky personality. And so sometimes like in life,
we love it.
In life, people just have like, sometimes people have an aversion to people who like just aren't neurotypical, you know what I mean? Or are different, or they're like, you do woo-woo-y things I don't understand. And so it's also built me to be really strong. So I think like, it was really easy for me to kind of like focus on where I get a lot of aversion in life and like pushback. And it's so validating for people to like see me in my fullness. I mean, I think he did have my social security number.
You had your blood type. You had your...
I was like, wow, like you saw me in my fullness and you said... Yeah, I mean, when he looked at me, he goes, Chelsea, it was a pretty easy choice. And I just was like, meh. I was like, whoa. I was like, really? You know, so I think, it was a monumental moment for me in my life to sit there and go, okay, like anytime that voice comes in, we need to tell her like, hey, that's not happening anymore. And if it is, just like, don't look at it, because there's so many people who love and support you. And you have to look at where the support is and stop looking for acceptance in the areas and the people who will just never give it to you.
Yeah. You don't need validation where it's never going to be given. Yeah. That negative voice is not always right.
I think it takes, I try every day. I mean, I think that people struggle with that. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to even get to know that about myself. It's a blessing to even have the awareness to see that in myself and to know those things that I need to watch out for so that I can stay a happy and healthy human being. Thank you, therapy. Yeah. Thank you, EMDR. Thank you, energy work. Thank you, meditation. All of these things that I've just like, I call it a coming home to yourself. Like there's so much in life that programs us to not like ourselves or to want to change ourselves. And I was in the high-end beauty industry in Colorado. So, I mean,
it was all about change.
I'm like, put that lip filler in my face, put that Botox in my face, do all the things. Like, I just was always trying to just tweak myself a little bit more to find more acceptance in myself. And I just...
to appease others.
Right.
Yeah. To like...
their mold.
Yeah, to like appease the teenage me that was like... couldn't sit still and was undiagnosed ADD, and like some teachers hated and some teachers loved, and like I just was so polarizing when I was younger, and I just like had no conception for that. And so I was like, yeah, how do I like, geez, if I straighten my hair, will people leave me alone? You know, it was survival. It became survival. And that's honestly like why I got into hair. I would sit in my room and like try to figure out how to make myself look pretty, or like how to make myself look like, I don't know, like I wanted to blend in so bad, and like it's just never going to happen, and I don't want it to happen. And to receive validation when you finally feel like you've healed a lot and really come into yourself, and you're just like, oh, it's like the moment you let things go, everything comes to you. The moment you just like settle into your own soul and who you are, the more life brings that to you, because when you're chasing it, you almost, it's like you're pushing it away.
Right.
The law of attraction.
The law of attraction. Yeah. So yeah.
But it's honestly, it's really so hard for a lot of people to do that, to actually get comfortable with themselves enough to put that out there for everybody else to see. So, you know, it's great that not only do you do that, but that you encourage that in those around you. Because I think that's important too, because like, I always tell people, you only get one of these. Like, why are you going to waste it doing things you don't like for people that don't care? You know?
Yeah.
And it's sad that it takes people so long to get to that point when you could have just been doing that the whole time and being happy. But, you know, and I'm the same way. You know, it took a long time to get to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm actually weird and I'm just going to do that now.
No, it's my favorite thing about you. And it's so easy to see that, right? Like, it's so easy to be like, yeah, Mitch is so awesome. He's so authentic. But then, like, when it comes to you, it's like, yeah, but if I was authentic, like, my whole world would implode. And I'm like, your whole world might implode because your whole world might be fake. Sorry, but like it might hurt for a little bit. And I think we're always coming into ourselves and like I'm always learning new things about myself. Like especially it's like, yeah, who are you when you do win an award? Like I'd never seen like something like that. I'd never seen that version of me. I'm like, wow, you really turn into a puddle and you're like, do I deserve this? Like you guys, that's so, you know, I was like, well, wasn't expecting that. Okay, that's cool. Like I like her. Like that's really great. And just it's like, yeah, we only get one go at this life, and it's a really great one. It's really beautiful, and I just hope that like the more authentic I can be, you know, the more that people are like, oh yeah, that kind of looks fun over there. You know what I mean?
I should try that too.
Like maybe I can stop doing all these things. It's like just the amount of energy that it takes to just think that you need to change. Like, how can I mold myself? And each room that I go into, how do I, like those little micro shifts that we make when we walk into the door, those protections we put on, it's like, can I stand in front of a room full of people and like still be quirky Chelsea? Like, can I still sit there and crack those jokes even when it's like a semi-serious event like Festival of Trees, or, you know, it's like, can I joke while I'm on a mic here? And it's like, well, they gave me the mic, so I guess I'm gonna be me, you know?
That's right.
That's how I feel all the time. It's like, you did
put me
this.
here.
You said here, you get the mic.
You gonna get what you gonna
The only thing
get.
that runs through my mind is don't swear.
Oh yeah.
So much. It's like, okay, remember what room you're in.
Yeah, that's something that is so, it's in there. It's locked in. I grew up in church. It was like, you can't do that. And then high-end hair industry, you're out on the white marble floor, and then it's like you hit the threshold of the break room. It's like one person to the next switch, you know? And all of a sudden you're like, what the heck? You know? What was that? You know? So I'm pretty good at not swearing for the most part. I'm thankful for that.
Just good. Not when the mic's on. Otherwise, potty mouth.
Okay, I can't wait to see that version of you at the salon.
Yeah. Diane is fun. You're gonna love
I could tell. Yeah.
Mitch is fun too.
She knows.
Do you
Mitch.
cut men's hair as well?
Yeah, so I do. I usually I'm not trying to be any type of way towards men, y'all. But I usually do men's hair if I know them, or like I know their wives. And so their wives are like, please help my husband. And so I'm like, okay, because I'm like not a barber. I'm more of a high-end hairstylist. And then also just like, it's an oil field town, you know? Yeah. So like, I feel like the expectation for a man getting his haircut is like he's thinking you're a female barber. He's not thinking he's getting a rose quartzite mask put on his face.
My husband needs it, so
but the guys that do, like they come in one time and they're like, you're just melting, you know, and they're like, I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. Yeah. They're like, I like coming here. I'm like, you don't even have to tell people you're coming here. Okay. You know, I'm like, it's okay.
I was going to say, some
they
men
deserve
that
to be pampered and get
Oh,
the
yeah.
same treatment that
Absolutely,
women do.
we do.
Yeah. I always
There's
just
nothing
let
wrong
them
with
know. It's like, this is what it is. This is not your typical experience. And if you just want to like be in and out in 15 minutes and like a little buzz cut, whatever, I don't know. I don't even barely touch clippers.
I think that's just one of those things, though. You just got to be comfortable enough with yourself to be like, hey, this actually feels kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve to be pampered. Men deserve to be pretty too.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
I know. I'm so for that.
Like,
so
I'm
come
all
on
for
in.
it.
Yeah.
If your buddies laugh at you for having a rose quartz mask on your face, there's something wrong with your buddies.
They just haven't found the magic.
Exactly.
And your buddy's way more tense than you are. And
Exactly.
you're feeling great, smelling good, looking fleek.
Feeling relaxed, enjoying life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I gotta be so uptight.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. This has been such a fun conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we ready for a fun question?
Do you guys have any other questions before we dive in?
I don't.
No,
I
we just have
want
a
to hear
weird
her
one.
fun question.
Okay. Yeah. You remember this
I
fun
know.
question.
Okay.
So hang on. Let me just look at this other question because now I'm wondering if after our conversation this is better. No. Okay. We'll go with this one. Okay. So Chelsea,
Yes.
if you could swap lives with your past self for one day, but you can't change anything, what day would you choose and why?
Oh, it's a day. Let's say that is very fitting.
And we picked it before we even heard your
Yeah.
story.
Well, you know, like I said, things are always working out when you just chill. You chill. You just let life. Oh man, I think that's so hard because I really try to live like not thinking of like not trying to take myself back to a place.
Yeah.
So I think when I signed the lease on the Velvet Hippy, like that period of my life was really crazy. And I think I'd just go back to her and be like, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I just had no idea how cool it was going to be. So I think I would just like maybe go high five her.
Yeah.
And be like, it might be like really weird right now, but it's going to get super dope.
I love that.
Yeah.
A big turning point day.
Yeah.
Just really be in that moment again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I could feel the stars aligning in that moment, but like I didn't know. I didn't know. So I think I'd just like maybe go revel in that a little bit more and separate myself from all the external things going on around me and just like know that I was really on path and I was really listening to my heart and that it was going to be just, I could trust. I could really trust, you know.
That's a great answer.
I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea, for coming in this morning and having a conversation, taking the dive to be our first guest on video too.
I loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
This is new for all of us. So thank you to everyone.
Yes,
who
thank you for watching.
Was watching and we'll tune into this episode. We will see you on the next episode of Engage Williston.